Okay, here's another uncomfortable truth about life. Sometimes it's too late. Sometimes it's too late to say sorry. Sometimes it's too late to work on that relationship. Sometimes it's too late to salvage something. Yeah. Sometimes it's just, you just can't.
Not everyone is going to be successful.
I was going to say that too. We are not all going to be millionaires.
We're not.
That's the fact.
Millionaires, like relax.
Yeah, relax.
Not even
thousandaires.
Even thousandaires.
Even thousandaires. We're not all going to
all of us are going to.
Hey guys, Murugi Munyi here.
It's Lydia KM.
And we're back again with another episode of
The Messy In Between.
It's definitely TMI. Really? Really?
Listen, I asked for room of laughter. I need room
it's
of
something
laughter.
in between a rat and a horse. Like, I'm not so sure. Is it rat? Is it horse?
It's Lydia.
It's
babe.
Lydia.
It's
I love
It's
that
Lyd.
for you. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
You look
Thank
like
you.
a floral springtime beauty. Just like, wow.
You look like a
Yeah.
Nubian queen.
Thank you. I love
This
that.
braid,
Thank you.
not the ombre, like
Yeah.
this mixture from the top bottom.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's
They
what
got
it is, right? Yeah, I love that as well.
And the
Yeah.
golden highlights, it brings out your skin.
Exactly.
Everything is everything in
Thank
Murugi.
you.
Everything is everything.
Thank you.
Today.
Also, I'm feeling like my energy is so positive. Like,
Yeah?
you know, the last time we had a shoot, by the second episode, I was ready to
that was
die.
rough.
And like periods really just fuck shit up.
They do.
They really fuck shit
Every
up. Like,
month.
I'm like, why have I just woken up? Why am I tired? Why do I want to nap?
You're
Why do I want to
tired.
sleep?
Yeah, and you have 2 episodes to
It's
do.
just
But you did it.
exhausting.
You
I did it. And here
Yeah.
we are. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so
guys. Oh, sorry, it's you. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, guys, for, as usual, supporting us. We are at episode 50. Now this is 51. And we love it. We love being here. You know, the other day, my sister asked me, like, you know, to tell her every so often we do this thing where we just kind of count down all the good things that are happening in our lives with me and my sister. So I told her everything. And she was just like, you didn't even count TMI. But because, guess what?
It's so...
Shanice.
Oh.
It's because... It goes, you know, it's no longer that stressful thing. You know, when TMI was stressful, that's all we talked about.
And all we thought about.
But now, because it's picked up momentum, we have this amazing community. Yeah. Sometimes you can almost forget, but we are so grateful for TMI.
Yeah. I feel like I don't really I still think about it often, but I don't think about it as an achievement per se. I just think about it as like it's work. It's work that I'm doing. So you see, depending on how you've
been achieving,
I guess
a lot all throughout. I know how we're gonna always think about it. It's like there's always more.
Exactly.
Are you a millionaire? Are you a billionaire?
Until I'm making $1 million per month from the platforms, then it's just like. But actually, you're right. It's important to like be able to appreciate it for how it's. Yeah.
And so many things could change, but
so
right
much,
now, it's almost a year of TMI.
I can't believe that.
We've been kicking ass.
We've been kicking ass, and we're so grateful to you guys for walking this journey with us. Every single subscriber, or if you follow us, or if you ever have sent a DM or shared a post, or I don't know, commented on anything or liked anything, you're a real one.
It's extremely validating.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have no idea. And last week we started the Uncomfortable Truths About ... series. And last week's episode was really good. It was about family planning. If you haven't watched it, definitely go and watch and listen. And make sure you're subscribed to YouTube and also to all our podcast platforms. And follow us on Instagram, TMI Podcast KE, Lydia KM, and Murugi Munyi.
Manyi. The first time Ethan ever had Zach's name, like when we were dating, he was like, "Oh, his name is Manyi." I was like, "No," because it's a U, so he's like lunch.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's like
confusing.
Manyi. Yeah,
That's
it's like, no,
confusing.
it's
okay.
Munyi.
It's
so
okay.
sweet.
Oh,
I know.
It's all right. We get it. And so today we're going to continue on with our series, and today we're doing Uncomfortable Truths About Life.
Yeah. Ooh.
Period. And there are many. By the way, there are many uncomfortable truths. I'm reading this book called Everything is Fact. It's extreme.
And something like Everything is Fact, and other life tales about life.
Like a book about hope.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And it talks about how all we do with everything is kind of create hope so that we can step away from the delusion of the truth of life.
Ooh,
right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Which is, I guess that's an uncomfortable truth. That's an uncomfortable
definitely
truth.
Uncomfortable. But when you see that it matters to create hope. It does.
Because that's what keeps us going.
Otherwise,
what are we here for?
What are we here for?
We're not here to just suffer and die.
Yeah. Work, pay bills, and die.
And lose weight. Work, pay bills, lose weight, die.
and have periods.
Have periods and then
die.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So today we're going to be talking about those uncomfortable truths. Do you want to start with your
Yeah,
first one?
let me start.
So
So
what
this
we
one,
can do, we can go through these and then we can add on.
yeah,
our own.
okay. My first one is not even on this list, but the first one, because I always see this on social media, is that one truth about life that everyone needs to come to terms with is just because you hate someone or just because someone wronged you doesn't mean that the universe is going to magically pay them back or that they will suffer
It's a lie.
or that now they will lose all their money and they will be. Let movies not cheat you.
In
Sometimes
fact.
the good guy, in fact, yeah, sometimes the good guy does not end up on top. Sometimes the other person does not get paid back for the kind of like bullshit they put you through.
don't.
Sometimes they just continue living their life and they continue. And
Yeah.
that's how it goes on. And they
that's
never
it.
get paid back. And that's a fact.
And you get fucked up and that's it.
Yeah.
You deal with 3 years of healing.
Yeah.
He's in
Exactly,
Dubai,
yeah.
getting paid
He's
to
in
be
Dubai,
in Dubai. While you're here struggling for bundles. It's life. And I
life,
feel
yeah.
like, to be honest, I like that fact about life. It's uncomfortable for most people because you're just like, I left it to God. I left it to God.
And
I
God-
don't think God is counting. Somebody said, God is not from your village. God is not from your village.
Please. Yeah.
Because if we are all saying, I'm leaving it to God,
Yeah.
I mean,
God
what's
will,
God gonna do?
will avenge me. God, will avenge me.
I feel like it's definitely a comforting thing to say.
Yeah.
It's good to say
So
when you're
that's the hope.
yeah, it's the hope. When you're feeling bad, when you're feeling wronged and you don't feel empowered or you don't want to do something back to that person, of course you want to tell yourself that, oh sweetie, yes, he's going to have a really horrible life. But nope, he is
He's actually having so much
and
fun.
that's
But
rough.
yeah, and I think it's uncomfortable, yes, but I feel like thinking about it that way helps you realize where you need to focus your energy on. Instead of thinking about how this person is going to now, lose everything and whatever, and you're sitting there praying daily, Lord, I pray that he gets what's coming to him, whatever. You focus on yourself and your
those
healing,
prayers,
babe.
I don't think God hears
He doesn't
them.
hear them, yeah. You see, because your motive is wrong.
Yeah.
So I feel like because you know this uncomfortable truth, you need to focus on yourself and your healing.
Yeah.
You need to get to a place where it doesn't matter whether they become super rich or they die. It
You're
doesn't matter whether they
nourishing
become.
yourself.
You are nourishing yourself. You are healing. You are focusing on your own, like advancement, your own success, and you are focused just on yourself.
Yeah.
Not on what anyone else is doing or what they're being
And
paid
that's
back
what you should
for.
be doing
Yep.
in the first place.
In the first
But
place.
that's true. It's an uncomfortable truth, but it's there. It's the truth. My other one, not everyone is going to be successful.
I was gonna say that too. We are not all going to be millionaires.
We're not.
That's the fact. It's
millionaires,
we're not.
relax.
Yeah, relax.
Not even
thousandaires.
millionaires, even thousandaires.
Even thousandaires. We're not all going to
all
be.
of us are going to be.
But why would you say that,
Because
Lydia?
it's true.
Are
Because
you-
guess what? Funny enough, one of the things that has really changed my perspective of life is seeing people of older generations, preferably my grandparents, right? And then now I'm seeing like my dad's generation. And you see, actually, life kind of just starts plateauing somehow.
Yeah.
And it doesn't plateau for everyone, and it doesn't just become this kind of mundane thing for everyone, but it kind of does for a lot of
sort of,
people.
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't invest. A lot of people didn't had
Grab
just like 9
land.
to 5. Some people got even kind of squandered out of their pension, and you struggle forever. I'm just joking, guys. I'm being dramatic, but you get my point. Like, I think we dream that we are working right now. Even us, what we always tell ourselves.
we are building
we are
something to
we are
build a
building,
legacy.
Yeah, our
Yeah,
legacy.
sir.
We
Yeah.
want to be millionaires or billionaires or whatever, and we just want to sit back and watch our money just come to us.
Yeah.
It's great. I think it's wonderful to believe that and to believe that that's what's going to happen for you, but it's not going to happen for everyone.
Yeah.
And it doesn't happen to actually it happens to less people.
To less people, yeah. But I feel like the hope that it could happen to you, I mean,
Is important.
It's important.
Yeah,
And
it's a
I think
driving
one
force.
needs to be realistic about okay, we can't all imagine we're all going to be Elon Musk. We're not all going to be Elon
No,
Musk. But
that's a fact.
dreaming and working towards a financially secure future is absolutely in your power.
For sure.
To some extent.
Yeah.
To some extent, because let's say if this is where billionaire is or millionaire is, some of us were born here, others were born here, others were born here, others were born here.
Others were even born here.
Others was even born here,
Born
exactly.
here.
So, like,
Yeah.
for example, if you're fighting against, I don't know, a history of poverty in your family, if you're growing
Yeah.
up black and you're going to have support or your 28 cousins through high school and university,
your
there's
education
some
is
things-
not great.
Exactly.
And there are so many things that
Which are working
affect
against-
how
yeah.
somebody's going to be successful. And I think it's a dream to pretend that there isn't. There are so many other factors. I always acknowledge all the things that make my life easier that have nothing to do with me.
The privilege.
Yeah, the privilege you were just born into. And even that doesn't doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be successful either, but it's always easier. But it's true, not everyone is going to be successful, and not everyone has to strive for this success we all dream of, and success can mean very different things to everyone. But I'm talking about like this, super rich,
super wealthy
kind of dream.
Yeah, I agree.
That's true.
Jeez, I don't know why is this suddenly this episode is feeling it's very hard. Just pessimistic. Okay, here's another uncomfortable truth about life. Sometimes it's too late. Sometimes it's too late to say sorry. Sometimes it's too late to work on that relationship. Sometimes it's too late to salvage something. Sometimes it's just, you just can't. And you know how sometimes you like, maybe you're in a friendship or a relationship which you can't imagine your life without it, but the other person has moved on and they don't want to be with you. Moved, and now you're just thinking, but I know I can go back. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can't go back and change things. Sometimes your sorry means nothing. And sometimes that's it.
Then you die.
And then you die. But it's true.
Yeah, it is. I agree. Yeah. One of the things which I take so much pride in is that I feel like whatever happens in life, I tend to take it from a place of, this is just going to be the thing that helps me or gives me the knowledge I need for the next thing. Because that idea that, like, oh God, let me, hold on. And there's so many things that you can't do. You're invested in a marriage 20 years. Of course, you're not going to be like, oh, bye, Steve, see you later. They are... Steve.
The last episode, Steve. Here we are, Steve. If it's a Steve who's watching, it's you. We love you so much, King Betweener. You're amazing.
So there are things that you can invest in that you just like your world feels like it's being shaken to its core to move on from. But as you said, the more focus you put on like what you can do, what's within your power, the better. But it's true. There's a lady who had messaged us about she was in a relationship and she really disrespected this guy, and it's one of those things that you are feeling like you're the bad girl, and then. Now he was a really good guy. He didn't even react badly. He was just like, this is it. I'm done. I can't be with someone like that. Out.
And then?
That was it. He never spoke to her. And so she was just like, what can you do to get her? But I was just like, especially if he's like a good guy who was being good, if he's done, it's really hard to do the math on what you're going to say, because him is going to be like, me, I was good. And then?
And then sometimes shit happens. Like when someone tells us that they were in a relationship for 2 years and this guy just ghosted. And he just went, and now he's not.
I think I have a fear of that.
I honestly can't
so
even like. What do you?
Somebody wakes up and that's it.
That's it. They can't, because they don't know how to break it to you. Like they want to break up with you, so they just disappear. And I guess it depends. Obviously, if you're like hanging out the same circles or I know where you live, then I come. But imagine somebody has moved out of their house, they are gone.
They were preparing for this. They were preparing to move and then go, like people who move into a different country to go study and stuff like that.
Gone.
And now there's nothing you can do.
Fuckity fuck.
Whew, Jesus.
Sometimes you may never know why that guy ghosted you, and you may be sitting there waiting for closure. You'll never know why he ghosted you. You'll be there sitting, was it my ass, was it the dress I wore, was it this, but you might just never know. And that's life. And that's so don't hypothesize, move on.
Life is not fair. That's the other uncomfortable truth. I feel like people always put this idea, number one, rich people are all miserable, right? So that the people who are not rich get the comfort that, at least we are happy.
We have happiness.
Plenty of rich people are both rich and very, very happy. It's not fair that races are getting different opportunities for wealth, for building their life. It's not fair that men get far more rights and privileges than women. It's just fair. Life is not fair. If you're looking for balance and equilibrium in life, it hardly exists in the way that we think it does. There's good, there's evil. Those kind of equilibriums exist. But as far as now we are all in kind of one scale, and God somehow spread all his, love or whatever equally to everyone, or his wealth. It doesn't work that way.
It's not like that. Let me tell you one.
Love, God does give us all love equally, but it's just the way it translates into this world. In
terms of the physical manifestation, I get that. I feel like the understanding of that became so apparent to me like when I got married, because like before you're married, you like to imagine, you see all the people in marriages and you always like the kind of marriage you're going to have, it's going to be different. It's going to be very different. And just like us in our household, we'll have like equal distribution of things where guys will be doing things, and what us we're going to be, whatever is a baby, it's going to be 50% you, 50% me, until you get in there and you realize that actually it just doesn't work like that. Life just doesn't work like that. In reality, it's like you can share burdens, you can share responsibilities when you have the kids, but it's just, it will always be imbalanced against the woman. This is just my honest observation. I feel like there are some crosses that God has given us as women to bear that a man just will never be able to. He'll never breastfeed. He'll never feel the pain of pushing a baby out of his vagina if he had one. He'll never, like, there's some burdens you have for your home that a man just will never. And that realization, by the way, will make you so much less bitter as a woman, because you won't be sitting at home just thinking like, how comes me, I'm going through this, may have my stretch marks and what, me, I've put on weight, and you're just there living life comfortably, you know. And it's life, man. Yeah. It's life.
Being coming from Africa, there are so many things that we don't experience growing up here. Obviously, if you never leave the country or the continent, that other places are experiencing in abundance, and you will never know that.
Like what? Good customer service.
Well, let's start there. It could be like good infrastructure. It could be a stable economy. It could be free healthcare. It could be so many things that other economies that have, just because of the way they've just done it, that is, I mean, whose fault is it that we were born here? Absolutely no one. And those are privileges that people are going to get, and you're just not. And it's okay.
Wow.
It's okay.
Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah.
Another uncomfortable truth for me about life, and this one's about kids, because I've just thought about it randomly, is that you wish you could prevent your children from feeling pain, but they're gonna go through pain. I hate that reality. I hate the thought of that. Like, sometimes look at Kenny, I'm just like, she's going to go through pain one day, and like, I'm not gonna be able, whether it's like heartache or breaking a leg or something like that, or not getting into the college that she wants. Pain is part of life, and she's gonna go through it, and I'm not gonna be able to, like, you know, prevent it from happening.
And actually, funny enough, trying to prevent this, it stops her from growing to the person who you want her to be, and it's hard. It's like, why can't she just be with just joy?
Why can't we just lock her in a room so she never has to hurt herself, and no one ever has to, you know, put her through anything? It's just like, I hate that thought. I hate that reality.
I feel that like I can almost empathize with that when it comes to my younger sister. If I could protect anyone and give them a perfect life, it would be my sister Aggie. I would just keep her in perfection, and all she would do is like make money and look cute and have good food and get married and be happy and have cute kids and happy, healthy kids. That's what I would do for her. But every so often, especially when she's going through something, it takes so much muscle for me to breathe and allow her to process it herself.
Empathizing but not carrying.
Empathizing but not carrying. That is actually a 24-hour job.
I get that.
And when as I'm giving what I can do, you know, I can support her, I breathe through the excess stuff. You know, now that's all I'm thinking about. And then when I watch her grow through past whatever it is that she's going through, and I see that she's learned something and she feels stronger and she feels proud of herself for doing that, it gives me one seed of joy that she's at least gotten that.
And it was for something.
It was for something.
I think I feel the same way about like when I see Nelly, and I'm just like, I wish I could just like, all the life experiences I've gotten, I wish I could just put them in her so that she doesn't have to walk down that path and be like, you can tell that this man ain't shit because I went through that and I discovered it already, you know, kind of thing.
You had to go through them
for it to whatever.
For it to know.
Also,
for you to know.
For me to know. Also, interestingly, when I think of you and Ag, I don't know why in my head you guys are the same age. So whenever you talk about her being your younger sister, I'm just like, but you guys are like the same age.
Yeah, there's so much, because I guess we're kind of like friends, to be honest. We are more friends now than sisters. Yeah. But every so often especially when she comes to me in need, automatically it feels like big sister, younger sister. Yeah. Even though she might not feel that way, but I automatically feel that this need to protect her. Like, I'm just like, you know, what knowledge in this brain can I give her right now to ease her? And I feel like I do hold a lot of my self-worth on how well I can solve Aggie's problems. God, because if I can't solve it for you, now
what is your point? What is the point of you as a sister? Yeah. Why are you here?
The other day I was giving her advice, and then I told her what she should say to someone, and then she was just like, oh yeah, write that down for me, because she thought it was really good. Then I couldn't remember. Ah, my God. I couldn't remember the way I had fashion day. I couldn't remember like the words I used. And it was so frustrating because she thought it was such a resolve for her.
And the more you keep trying to think about the thing,
I was just like,
the more you can't remember
I deserve nothing. I deserve
Nothing.
Yeah, that's a really tough one. I can imagine that's like 20 times 50 million
For your
a kid.
kids. Oh my God. You just feel like, I mean, every day when you send them to school and then you think about any bad experiences you had when you were in school, anytime, let's say you were bullied or that you fell down, or like, you know, just thinking like in this moment, wherever they are, where they are not with me, do they feel loved? You know, do they feel cared for? You know,
Yeah, my
they
mom
feel
used to say that when she
mean,
was in England, we were here.
Yeah.
She used to wonder all the time, like, what did we have for dinner?
What did you have?
Are we
Exactly.
warm?
Are
Did
you
we
fine?
sleep
Like
well?
right now, maybe she needs something right now and she didn't know who to ask because mom is not there. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, but you can't be with them all the time, you know?
I hate this. This
It
is horrible.
sucks. Actually, motherhood, parenting generally is it's really tough. It's really, really tough. Yeah. It's tough.
I honestly, the older I get without having kids, the more I'm just like, you should have kids younger, because the amount you
Of
see,
thinking and what,
the amount you see people going through before you.
Yeah.
First of all, the Millie Wa Jesus birthing video
Woo!
changed
We
my
can't-
life. It
I don't
changed my
think
life.
she's
I
ever
will
going to
never
overcome.
be the same again.
Yeah, I don't think I will ever be the same
Ever.
again. And I've given birth thrice, and I'm just like,
I would never be the same again. You guys go and watch it. Proceed with caution if you've never had kids.
wow,
Yeah. Another one. Most partners in life are lessons, and they are not for life. The idea we tell ourselves is that every person you're with is forever. The relationship you're in right now, majority of them are lessons. Let's all sit in this. Most people, by the time they're like 75, are divorced. Majority of people. So and
right
you
now,
never know.
So right now, as we see you with Mike on your Instagram,
Could be
you
a lesson.
don't know. Ooh,
Could be a lesson.
lover or lesson? That's the question.
Life or lesson. And guess what? You'll never know. And the best thing about being a human is that you invest and you love with all your heart, because life is about this moment, right? And you're never gonna know. He will be a lesson when you find him in the lesson.
Why are you saying like that?
I'm just saying.
But it's true. And I think actually living in that reality helps you be able to overcome these situations better. Of course, it's easier said than done. But like if you're, I don't know, 3 kids deep, you're 3 kids in, and now you find them cheating on you. It's not like, okay, I guess he was just a lesson. Kids, let's go. I mean, of course, it's a lot harder.
Yeah.
But like living in that reality makes you realize that, okay, so it's not a must that we die with each other.
It's not a must. And I don't even think
Mm.
it's about failure. A lot of relationships ending isn't failure. One of mine is, your parents are not heroes.
Oof.
They are very much human. Your dad probably cheats on your mom. I'm not saying he does. Or your mom probably cheats on your dad, whichever one.
Oh, they're just cheating on each
2022,
other.
sweetie.
Yeah.
It's 2022. Your parents are going through the same human emotions as you are, the same insecurities, the same darkness, the same struggle in life, the same sense of how am I going to feed myself? How am I going to be successful? Is my life worth living? They're going through all that. And to believe that them being a parent to you is the biggest part of their life is a lie. It's a smidget. It's a smidget. Someone being your parent.
That is a very uncomfortable
It's
truth
a
for me.
smidget. It's like this. It's, you know, in the grand scheme of their life, how many years were they around before they had you? That now your life is about them. And guess what? You're going to leave and have your life, and then they're going to have their life. So it's only a part of it. As much as parenting and someone being your parent takes on so much of your life, it's only a really small part of someone's identity and their purpose of being on earth. You're seeing this as a mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay, well, I'm seeing it as like that, especially that part of them being my parent is just a dot of our lives, of their lives. But you see, because for me, the only interaction I have with you is as my mom, or the only interaction I have with my kids is as their mom.
And that's
Even
the
the
delusion,
thought-
and that's the
I
pressure.
know,
That's the
that's so
pressure on
true.
parents, because I come to you and I'm just like, Mom, not Anna, not
Yeah.
Anna who's going through school, Anna
Oh my
who's
God,
trying to
yeah.
balance her marriage,
Who had a
Anna
fight with her husband,
who had a fight with
or
her
who's-
husband,
yeah.
Anna who needs to go and take care of her body, Anna who's feeling insecure because of A, B, and C, Anna, all these Annas that I don't really think about. I just think mom. And to put pressure on our parents that their entire identity is about parenting us is why we get disappointed.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I actually feel like the thought
But that's
that
a
my mom,
great
I
thing.
know.
Yeah, I feel like that's a
And
great
it's
thing because it helps me ease that sense of, mom, you must figure things out. You know, even sometimes when I call her, I'm keener on treating her like a human being.
Yeah.
How are you, mom? How was your day? Is
Yeah.
everything okay?
As
How
opposed
is
to just
Tim?
like, hey, mom, you don't even know what I'm going through.
Let me tell you. Abule said, what you do? Mom, please put those things. No.
Yeah. And
it's
I feel like,
mom, the person.
And I like that more and more. I think we are reaching a place where we are actually realizing that parents are more than just our parents.
Yeah.
But I feel like long ago, it used to be like, a woman, generally, your life was just raising the kids.
Especially women,
So it was just, you were only a mom, really.
Yeah.
But like now, it's like, okay, we are working. I have TMI. I have my shop. I have what? And I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to, fuck my husband.
Yeah.
Not everything is about the bloody kids.
And think about you
it's
right now
true,
as a mom. How many things, even the fact that you changed your name from Yami Mami to Mukimunyi is because you are way more than a mom. Of course, to Mukeni, you're nothing else. And that's fine. But the older we get, the more we need to treat our parents that way. And I learned how to navigate through a difficult relationship with my dad. And I mean navigate as from the perspective of drawing boundaries and moving past it. From a perspective of, this is John. This is John who his family fell apart. His children didn't raise his children. He retired at X point. This happened to him. He's dealing with these issues, these personal issues. It makes you so sensitive and so empathetic. Yeah. Not to say that just because I see you as human doesn't mean I can't draw boundaries, but I'm able to draw boundaries from a place of, I see why all of this is happening. I'm just also drawing boundaries to protect myself. But yeah, your parents, they're just not heroes. They're kind of just Sally and John, you know? Yeah. That's what they are.
I know. Just William and Emily. Oh my God.
Yeah. Mine is Anna and John.
Those are the most...
Anna and John.
John and Anna.
Yeah.
It's like a storybook.
I'm telling you.
Wow, that's fantastic.
That's my parents. And they had Lady and Agnes.
Imagine. Okay, maybe those ones have some character. A lot more. Lydia. I love the name Lydia.
Really?
My auntie, yeah.
You know I was supposed to be called Joan. Did I tell you?
No. You're supposed to be called Joan?
Yeah.
That would have been fucking disgusting, and I'm so glad they didn't give you that name.
Yes,
because
but see, it's Joan with Joanne. Yeah. Like whatever. My mom was just like, people are going to call me John.
Oh, John.
Yeah.
Which they do for me.
Right? They call you John.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, John.
Yeah.
Joan. Yeah, exactly. Okay, my other one is, there are people who don't like you just because you're you. Just because of the way that you are, you're unlikable to someone.
Actually, more than you think.
You're unlikable to someone. There are people who actually just don't like you.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter how nice of a person you try to be. It doesn't matter how kind you try to be, how much you give to charity, how much you do how much you give away your wigs and your whatever, and how much you try to help people with wellness online. There's someone who just doesn't like you just because of the way that you are. Period. And I think realizing that earlier in life will help you stop a potential lifetime of people pleasing, because you'll realize that there's nothing that you can do to get someone who doesn't like you to like you. They just don't like you.
Yeah. And if you do, that it will always be conditional. So now you have to constantly be at that job.
Exactly. You have to constantly do this one thing. And I feel like as content creators, because often, lesson one. Lesson one. You get to see face to face the people who don't like you. Well, not face to face, face to screen. Yeah. The people who don't like you, because they'll come and tell you, I don't like the way that you do this. You know, when you're talking, I really find that you just fake. You come across, and I cannot spend my day there sitting trying to think, okay, this person, Jane 2378 user
bio.
Yeah.
Child of God. God's favorite. Christian number one.
Exactly.
Church every Sunday.
Positive impact on the world kind of thing. Why am I going to spend the rest of my day now trying to think, how can I speak in a better way so that this user can now like me? You know, it's just like, there are some things you can't control. There are people who will like you, there are people who will not like you. There'll even be men who will think that you're ugly.
Yeah.
Don't
be dramatic. No, just excessive.
I'm just excessive. You think all men think you're hot?
Okay, I don't think all men think I'm hot. Yeah. But I don't know if somebody looks at me and think,
you're ugly. Maybe there are.
There must be. Yeah. I stay with
me. I know that there are people who look at fat women and just think, yuck, who would ever want to sleep with you?
Or your face. Why are you going straight to your body?
Your face. Okay,
Could be just your face, sweetie.
Just your nose.
Just your nose.
Exactly.
Yuck.
Yeah. Just yuck. And by the way, realizing that will give you so much freedom. Me, I feel like I live my life with so much freedom when I realize that somebody not liking me, it's about them. It's not about me.
Yeah.
Because me, I'm just the way that I am. And the same way you're so ugly to someone else, you are extremely beautiful to someone else.
Yeah.
And that's just life.
On my page, because I tend to, my entire focus is about like wellness, and it seems like I'm trying to always be selling positivity, but that's just my personality. I tend to just try to be as upbeat as possible. But because of that, you find that I find anyway that people who, you know, come to whatever, insult me in my DMs are people who I'm triggering that. I'm triggering what that they don't have in that, because it's like, you know, why did you wake up and you just seem so happy and whatever, and you know, just seem like
because they are not waking
it's
up
because
happy.
of that,
upset.
right?
Yeah.
So majority of the time it's mostly, I don't like you because of what you represent. I don't like you because I haven't dealt with the parts of me that you are reflecting back to me. It all goes back down to this, to you yourself. I find it difficult sometimes because I tend to first of all stay in my business in my business.
You're in your lane.
And then, you know, you find someone, I'm just like, you are in my lane complaining that the speed is too slow or the speed is too fast, but you have your own lane.
Go there.
Yeah. So sometimes there's moments where I've kind of struggled to grapple around that, because sometimes it just feels like so unnecessary, but it's a fact. Some people won't like you. And guess what? Recently I've learned I also don't like some people for no reason.
Oh, wow, really?
So that has given me safety. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Like, who do you not like for that? Huh? Oh, wow, really?
I don't know why.
It's just like,
I was just like,
I just
and
don't.
also I was I think I also had a really a high expectation, like, you know. Yeah.
What's that? Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I just had such high expectation. Then I was just
Sorry,
like,
guys, you can't know everything.
Sorry, you
This
can't
messy
know
in between.
everything.
That would be too messy, man.
Yeah.
We can't.
Yeah, so I was just like,
yeah.
and I can't
And
tell
you know
why.
But you see, the difference between you and some weird ass troll is that you're not going to go to her and now be on her page saying, you know what, I really don't like
Never.
you. In fact, the way that you whatever, like you wouldn't
and
do
it
that.
could just be what was happening with me
Yeah.
clash with what was happening with your energy, or just our energies don't rhyme, or because of my personal expectations. Like I said, I expected a different energy.
Yeah.
You know, actually somebody who we had met in the club, and they were just like, you know, that they didn't they met me there as like I wasn't as upbeat or whatever. I wasn't as like the positive rainbow Lydia. God knows I was like, is there anything that I said?
So they wanted you to shout an affirmation in their ear. That's what they wanted. They
I
wanted
was
you to
like,
shout an
is there
affirmation
anything
in
they
their ear.
said? They was just like, no, there's nothing we said. It was just like, you know, the vibe. But now it could just be because of your expectation.
Yeah.
What you meant
could be.
was different. Or maybe I was on the way to the bathroom, or so many other
Or
things.
you
So
just had a fight with Mike.
there you
maybe,
go.
And I was
And
just
then
like not in a mood. Yeah.
you learn that there are so many things that go into the decision of not vibing with someone that have nothing to do with your actual
Absolutely
existence.
nothing.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay, let me build on that point of mine of like the people who won't like you. An uncomfortable truth that you need to make peace with is that there will always be someone who is smarter than you. There will always be someone who is prettier than you, someone who has better
Always.
hair, somebody who your man is attracted to, somebody who
Yep.
you know, I don't know, has a bigger butt, is a better content creator. But realizing that life is about everybody being whole, like in themselves.
Yeah, they're all,
And
those all things together, how
exactly,
you do them.
That's the thing, exactly. It's like you will, if you compare yourself to somebody else, obviously you'll fall short because God has not made you to be like that other person. He's only made you to be you, and you're the only person who can be you.
Just
There's
like
no better
that.
Lydia because
There
you're the only
isn't.
Lydia. So you have to realize that there are all those better. In fact, people come and ask me, it's like, oh, in 10 years, what do you think you're going to be doing? See, there'll be other influencers who have come and other content creators. And I'm like, that's great. Let the other influencers come and other
Jay-Z
content
has
creators.
been around for how long? Jay-Z
Exactly.
said always sit in your who you
Always.
are.
Ooh,
They
yeah.
come and go. All the people who hyped. Do you
Exactly.
even remember them?
Do you
But
remember them?
Jay-Z,
Yeah.
still here.
That's it. And there'll never be anyone else who's a content creator like Morugi
Yeah.
or like Lydia. There'll only ever be Lydia and only ever be Morugi. Everyone else is in their lane. They can all play their part. I mean, all of us, we are just here borrowing Beyonce's internet after all, you know?
To be honest.
And but we're just here, we're just doing our thing. But realizing that you're the only one who can be you, that's...
Yeah,
It's a
and that's
great
a
way to
really
live
good
life,
tip when in like a creative space, because
Yeah.
with creativity sometimes we take things so personally. It's not a TikTok to you, it's not a reel.
Yeah.
It's like your heart and your mind and everything you created. It feels very personal because it was in your mind first and then you see it out loud. So of course it feels like a part of you. So I've learned a lot that what I'm putting in my interpretation of how I'm doing this is what makes me is what makes my content stand out, is what makes my content have value the way that it does. It's just that
as soon as you start comparing, that's where the problem comes in. Like this the campaign we're always working on, the for example,
that was loud.
Was it? Did you hear that?
No,
you didn't. Okay, fine. Anyway, we are so many content creators who work on this one campaign, and sometimes you can get caught in the fine. This is a person looks like they are really doing so much. This is a person has done this kind of video. This is a person has done this kind of post. But the reality is that you were all brought on the campaign not to all do the same thing. You are brought on because there's a way you do things. There's a way someone else does it. There's a way I do it. And as soon as I get caught up in the oh God, how she's doing transition reel. When you on your page you've never done a single transition reel, why are you then trying to do the transition reel?
I get it. And actually it keeps you in your authenticity.
Exactly.
Yeah, it really,
otherwise
really
you lose it. And then now you're just trying to be like everyone else, and now you've lost it.
You know, beyond you being my friend, I tell you all the time that I admire you so much as a content creator. And sometimes when you share such woes, I'm just like, so even you,
me,
even you,
imagine.
So even we're all together.
Sometimes I feel like people look at my life and they imagine that I don't ever have like, oh my God, what am I doing? Oh my God, whatever. It just looks like someone has figured it all out. But imagine another uncomfortable truth. No one has it all figured out.
No one.
Even Elon Musk, there are things which keep him up at night, which keep him thinking he's a billionaire. But even him, there are some things which is just like, oh God, how am I going to deal with this? What am I going to do with this? Oh man,
he was trying to raise money for a bid for Twitter.
Exactly.
That was keeping him alive.
The problems have upgraded, but they still have problems. But they have upgraded.
They
but
just
upgraded. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And it's something which you learn as you get older. To be honest, sometimes when we share these lessons, is as much as we drill into them, expect yourself to kind of learn them yourself. Yeah. Because that's just how it's going to go. What's my other one? Wait, have I said everything? Okay. There's this wave of quit your 9 to 5, be a business person. That's not gonna happen for everyone. And this idea that everyone who's in a 9 to 5 is somehow a caged animals who's just going through this hamster wheel is a little much.
It's much,
a little
guys.
much. There are some people who are doing their 9 to 5 who are gonna make more money than a lot of business people.
And who are happy. And who are happy in their 9 to 5
loving
job.
their 9 to 5 job. So this idea that, entrepreneurship and, freelancing is the only way to have the kind of life. And especially this video is like, are you really living your life?
Yeah, exactly.
And somebody's just jumping from the waterfall. And then they're running into a forest. Are you really living? I don't know. Living can be whatever it is that maybe living for me is creating a stable and happy environment for my family.
Yes.
And my 9 to 5 helps me do that. Maybe living for me is just my nice one glass of wine at the end of a long day.
Not 28 shots.
Not 28 shots. So I feel like people sometimes project what their idea of life is, what their idea of adventure is, what their idea of freedom is, and to make it seem like it's the only truth. It's not. 9 to 5s are not.
And Kwanzaa now in this age of social media, it's every single video, all those reels. Aesthetic, all the reels of somebody's doing what, and just like, oh, what do you do for a living? I glow. Yeah. Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
No,
you don't
you
glow.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
We know you're
Lindsay,
putting your back out in the We know. You are in Dubai. Like,
we saw you. We
saw you working it.
And you see, that's the thing. It's like, because now we are getting so caught up in how other people are living their lives, you start to feel you are content. You are happy with your life until you saw that other people are doing this other thing, and now suddenly you're like, actually, am I actually happy? You are happy.
You are very happy.
And there are people who really, actually, as you've said, entrepreneurship is not for everyone. Not everyone's personality is for entrepreneurship.
Even the hardship is not for everyone.
It's
like, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of patience, and you could find that you going up the corporate ladder, you are having a really good, easy kind of way. You're not feeling like you're overworked. You just love what you do. And the idea that if you're 9 to 5, you're not doing what you love, that's, again, not true.
It's just
because there are many jobs in the 9 to 5 framework that actually are based on what somebody is passionate about.
You love,
marketing,
communication, whatever. Even if it's finance,
things.
Maybe someone is passionate about finance.
Yeah, and that's what they're really obsessed with. So this quit your 9 to 5 job, First of all, let's all quit our 9 to 5 job. Okay, let's all do it. Who is going to pay? Who's going to deliver your pizza? That's a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Who's going to do, I don't know, all these other services that we offer? Those are other people who are working. So that one is really annoying to me.
It's a really annoying one, I know. But I guess, okay, as we're on this other side of like, people see us living the dream because we're not employed, but we're making money doing what we love, you know, recording videos and whatnot. So me, I just want to say, if you are in the 9 to 5 and you want to be on this other side, it's a life
Perfectly
which is possible
fine
for you, yes.
For sure.
But it's not for everyone.
It's not for everyone, and doesn't have to be even something that you desire, and you're not caged or limited.
And it doesn't mean you're going to live a bad life because you're in the 9 to 5.
There's a lot of stability and structure that 9 to 5 brings, that I promise you, freelancing sometimes, like the week I'm having.
Oh God, please, I'm fainting.
Fainting.
I'd love to hear people's thoughts about this. So if you're watching on YouTube, let us know in the comments below. Are you 9 to 5? Are you a freelancer? Would you change
what
if you could? What do you like doing? Is it something that you would enjoy? I saw a really shocking statistic the other day. On average, what percentage of men do you think cheat in relationships?
98.
Okay, so that much.
Okay. Fine. So I was just like, shocking. I was just like, what could be shocking to Joanne? It's got to be like something pretty high.
Okay, it was 87. They said 87% of men in their marriages or relationships will cheat at some point. And not, this one they were calculating cheating, not necessarily even having sex with someone. Having sex with someone or doing something behind their partner's back that they would not want their partner to find out. 87%. So an uncomfortable truth is that your person is probably going to cheat on you. Or has already.
True. If they're not doing it right now.
As
where is
speaking. He? Yo, here watching TMI.
Where is
Where's
he?
your man?
No,
Tell us. Where's your man?
No, don't go. Come
It's
back.
you.
It's you we're talking to. Where is your man right now?
Listen,
where's your man, Lydia?
Where's your man?
We're here recording. Where's that one? Yeah, let's all sit.
Let's all just
sit in that.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, you see, you never know.
Yeah, and to be honest, I feel like my biggest fear when it comes to cheating is because of, it's like the way it changes a relationship, right? And it's not everyone who can handle that, by the way. And I feel like the idea that just because everyone cheats, that means that you need to stay with someone who's cheated on you, you don't. But it's for someone who's willing to go through that. It's for somebody who has an understanding with that. And if you're both putting in the work, it's not for everyone. Again, it's like 9 to 5 is not for everyone, and you might not be able, it might not work out for you the way you think, because some people cheat and then after that, that's your life. Now they're even bringing girls in your house. You're sleeping on the floor while they're in the bed. It gets extreme. So it's
sleeping on the floor and they're in the bed.
Yeah, see, there's this guy who I knew. Well, it's like somebody who we knew, and the cheating and the disrespect had gotten to that point where it's just like he would bring girls home, and it's just like, can you get out? You get out of the bedroom.
You're on the couch.
You can be wherever you want to be, Sarah. So that's your business. He's good. Yeah. So it doesn't always work like, oh, I cheated. Oops. My God. Let me work. I'm really remorseful. Let's build our relationship. It doesn't always work that way. So,
Okay, now we need a positive point to end this segment.
Oh, no, me. I have another weird, not so nice point.
Not so nice one?
Yeah. Yeah. Not everyone has great relationships with their family. Some people's family suck. Some people's parents suck. Some people's sisters suck. Some people's anything suck. And they're horrible and they're toxic, and that's that. They're never going to apologize for it. They're never going to take accountability for it. And you are going to spend a lot of your time working past that. But that's it. I think it's Angelina Jolie who I heard, because she had a really strained relationship with her dad. She was just like, some people don't have good relationship with their dads, and that's okay. And I don't know a truer truth than that.
I know.
It doesn't have to end in kumbaya. It doesn't have to, because sometimes you have
we
to
all
fake.
Wanted to. We all wanted to, but it
but sometimes it becomes I have to exchange either my authenticity, my sense of boundaries, my peace for that kumbaya. Then what is it for? And who is it for? Because it has to be for somebody else if I'm having to exchange some of my basic, most important values for it.
I feel so sad, actually, when I post anything with my sisters and someone messages me and says, oh, you're so lucky you have that. I wish I could get along with my sister, but we don't get along. We haven't spoken since she went. And I'm like, sometimes by the way, you not even speaking with your sister is God saving you that, like, that anxiety, that lack of peace that comes with, like, being with somebody who is toxic or speaking to somebody who is toxic kind of thing. And sometimes you just have to let go. It's like either God gave it to you or he didn't, and now we are moving.
It's
now we
true.
are moving. Yeah.
And like there's someone who had messaged me about their dad being an alcoholic. It's something that they've prayed for. Like, it's just like really extreme. A situation that's extreme, but he gets back and then sometimes he goes back. And the way she was tying her sense of self, her sense of worth, her purpose of life around his recovery, I was like, that's the problem. Because he's living his life.
Yeah.
He is doing his
happy.
life.
He's
and
happy.
whether he's happy or not, his problems are not your problem. And this idea that we're constantly trying to push, like, parents, I want my dad to walk me down the aisle. I want all of these things that push the idea that you have to repair. You do not have to.
Yeah.
If it's not working for both of you to work together and find a place where there's peace, that's just it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another uncomfortable truth that's very tied to that is that sometimes you get closure, other times you don't.
You don't.
Sometimes you don't get. Sometimes your dad will never apologize for not being emotionally available.
Ever.
Sometimes that man will never apologize for cheating on you. He'll just be like, so you go.
So you go.
Sometimes
if you want to.
your sister will never apologize for stealing your man or whatever. Like,
and
it's
that's
just
that.
And that's that. Sometimes you have to find your own closure. Your own closure, your responsibility.
And I feel like closure is that.
Yeah.
Closure is that. I've found that closure is like a sense of acceptance about where you are. So maybe let me share this. It's like I've been going to therapy, and this is something my therapist said to me. And it was pertaining when I made the decision to draw boundaries with a relationship with a family member. She told me what's one of the things I'm questioning. I told her I'm questioning whether or not I'm making this decision out of pain or out of love. And she told me, why does it have to be either pain or love? If you are in pain, making a decision is just like when you break your leg, you make a decision from pain to go and repair it. So sometimes you can make a decision from pain, which says, I am doing what I can to protect myself from more pain. That's enough. That's enough. It doesn't have to
be a love thing.
It doesn't have to be run into kumbaya.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be that we are repairing a relationship. It doesn't have to be that I hate you. It can just be, I'm making a decision to protect myself from more pain. And that's enough of a decision until you want to make a different one, depending on how you feel.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else has ever made me feel validated like that statement.
I know, because we always want to be like, am I being petty? I don't want to be petty. I want it to be like,
something happens to them?
We actually
but
need a
what
whole
is happening
episode.
right now?
What's to you?
What's happening this right now to you? It's
Girl.
pain.
Yeah.
And it's okay to make a decision from that. No
yeah.
one asked me for my therapist number because I feel like
you can't.
I don't want us to
Janko. And before you know it, sorry, Lydia, we have to push to September.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, but
It's
just
amazing.
take the gems that Lydia is giving you from her therapist. I think we need a whole episode on like boundaries with family members, dealing with toxic family members, because so many people are going through this. And the issue actually is that a lot of people are not able to move on
and
accept that, okay, this is just how it is. My dad just wasn't there, or my dad abandoned us, or and like without having to give,
my mom is a narcissist,
without having to get a reason, without having to get an apology, without having to be like, but why did he? It's just the way that it is
just
right now.
That. And there's a sense of injustice. I think I told you that I always feel. I'm just like, well, what did I do for me to be the one who's going through this?
Yeah.
But guess what? Everyone has pain. And if we could all collect from our pain, I would take mine any day, because I don't know what your pain, I don't know how to handle your pain.
Yeah.
But mine, I can handle.
Yeah.
So it's just life.
Exactly. Ooh, that's another uncomfortable truth.
Yeah. It's life. Yeah. Life can be shit, and that's it. There's no reason.
Exactly. There's no reason. And even the people who you look at, who you think are not going through anything, or them, they don't look like they are going through any struggle, because yours is so bad, but them, they're not going through. And even us, you look at us and you're just like, oh wow, you guys don't go through any struggle. We do.
We're carrying them on the top of our head. We're just carrying it with grace
and
support as well. Because like being able to afford therapy and having a good therapist and having friends and family that's supportive, of course it eases life. It's rare that I feel like I've ever had to handle something that I felt like I was so alone. Yeah. So there are many things that help us. Another one is that stop glorifying suffering. It's not going to lead to anything positive. You just might die.
Ooh!
In fact, you just might die.
You'll just suffer and then
it's not your suffering period and then you're successful. This might just be it, and then
just
you die.
Suffering and then let the church hear you saying that, because you know how churches glorify suffering. In church, it's like, it's like the gospel of prosperity gospel. It's like you're going through so much, and then they will reach a time where you will be rewarded for that. Okay, you will be probably in heaven, but
me,
like,
I can't hear that. It's just like if I'm going through something, what I want you to tell me is the Bible verse that tells me, that gives me strength to go through it.
Yeah.
But they pretend I'm going to be awarded for this suffering. Imagine, no.
But you see, that goes back to what we were saying at the beginning. That hope, the hope that
needed.
that is actually the only thing that gets human beings up in the morning. The hope that today will be better than yesterday. The hope that today we are going to get a call from our client who is going to pay us $1 million. That's what keeps us going. If we knew that 2 years from now we'll still be paying for TMI out of our ass, would we continue? No, it's the hope. It's the hope that we are going to. And sometimes, sometimes you just hold on to that.
And guess what? It's really important. Religion is based on that. Politics are based on that. Families are even based on that. So many of our principles are based on hope. And guess what? That's what keeps life going. And your only job is to make your life right now as pleasant as possible. So hold on to that hope. But those are the truths.
Well, those are the truths. And that's what, guys, we would love to hear some more uncomfortable truths that you can hear. What other uncomfortable truth topic that can we do next week?
Oh God, you're not as amazing as you think you are.
Ooh. But I am. But I am.
Are you?
Aren't
Are
I?
you? Let's assess.
Like where your edges?
Huh?
Yeah, where our edges?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Listen,
let us know what other uncomfortable truth topics you want us to address, and also give us some more other uncomfortable truths about life, like about this particular topic in the comments section below.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, but life is still amazing. Yeah. I still feel that way.
All of us, we hate it. But life is still amazing.
Thank
you guys.
Life is still worth living. Life is most definitely still worth living.
So today for TMI Talk, we have actually, one of you sent us a question on Instagram, which was very appropriate to what we're talking about. We talked about not every parent is a great parent, and not every family relationship is a fantastic family relationship. So someone sent us a DM on Instagram saying, "Hey ladies, how are you? SOS." Wow, on its own like paragraph. I'm turning 26 soon, and of late I've noticed I fight with my mom all the time over the smallest things like chores and big ones like money. If I buy anything for myself or my siblings, or I pay for Wi-Fi, she assumes I'm loaded and is always looking for ways to control how I spend my money. Oh, buy this, mafuta hakuna kwa gari, money for I don't know what. I'm so tired I even have to hide when I buy things or lie and cut down prices. For example, I got a pair of flats for 1,000 bob. I said I got them for 500 so that I'm not judged on my overspending. She wants to control bits of my life, like what I should wear, my hairstyle, even telling me to give toxic guys a chance. And I'm an entrepreneur just like her, and I give her money when I can. Is this normal? Is this black tax? My solution so far is to move out. I'm scared because entrepreneurship can show you dust, but I'm willing for the sake of peace. What do you guys think? SOS again.
Yeah. So actually majority of people send their query to you, me, and TMI. Whoever gets it gets it.
Yeah.
So I've
saw that one.
I've answered this girl on my page. And the first thing, I always feel like when they shared space, sometimes it's harder to draw boundaries. So the way you're saying that the first thing that you're thinking about is moving out, I would agree. However, the bat there is to vumilia until you have like, even if it's at least 6 months, so that if you do go and entrepreneurship doesn't, pick up as much, or you just see that it's like, this sinking thing, you've given yourself enough breathing space that you can ride the wave a bit. So I feel like that's the best way. Also, something happens, I feel like, especially with women or same sex, like now your mom and you, or like Ethan and Zach, like that. What tends to happen is that when one is seeking independence and growth, the other is fighting for them to remain a child, right? And if you are being so independent that you are even paying bills in your mom's house, that position is a bit tricky.
Because I've always been the caretaker. Now you're coming to take care of
now
people.
You're the caretaker. So the constant reminders and the constant sense of trying to grasp for control is really more of how she feels that she's trying to control. So she's kind of articulating that through you. And she's constantly trying to remind you that you're the child. That's really what all of this is about. To remind you that she's still the mom, she's still really the one who knows and understands things, and you are still really the child because you are sprouting. So a lot of the times it's not always going to work that way. I think this kind of happened a bit when I went to uni. When I went to uni, I lived away for 3 years. Obviously, I used to come back home for like holidays and stuff. And then now I'm back because I did my master's, but I was commuting. And now it's like I do whatever it is that I want, but this is now my mom's house, so my mom can't have me just living however that I want. So there was a bit of a thing
there always has to be, because of course your mom is always thinking about you as like a child, even if you're not a child. And when you're 26, I mean, even 21 is a lot, but 26, you know, it's just like, it's so much. And obviously the older you are, the more you want to be independent. And I think naturally when we pass 18, it's like, I feel like naturally we are supposed to be in our own space. We're supposed to be somewhere we can assert our own independence. I would definitely say move out. Definitely. Especially if you've been an entrepreneur for a while. If you're 26, I'm guessing from the time you finish school, you've been an entrepreneur. I would say give it a chance and actually move out. And sometimes you'll find that when you move out and now you have more responsibility, it even makes you sharper in business, because now you're just like, I can't fuck up. I'm actually supporting myself. I find a lot of women specifically, we don't move out because you like obviously the comfort of being at home and the work and all that is there, but you see, you'll have to sacrifice something. You'll have to sacrifice that independence, and you know, your mom wanting to control you, and to her it's not controlling. To her, you are still her responsibility because you're under her roof, so she can't tell you what to do.
I would say that's a bit OTT though.
It's a lot of it
here that's happening that's a bit more than just parenting, but to her mind, she's trying to
her mind, exactly,
take care of her,
and you're in her house. So I feel like if you want to be
back to that.
If it's her house, so if she tells you you can't get into this house past midnight, or you have a curfew, even if you argue how, it's her house.
And right now start administering boundaries on black tag right now, because if this is how it's going, this is going to be it. And if you are trying to build yourself, and I feel like the majority of the time this is what tends to happen, that then you see like generations aren't kind of getting past a certain level, because it's like this one take care of this one, so this one that you don't grow the way that you want to. And I'm not saying abandon your family, please do not. Take care of your responsibility, but find a way to navigate between the responsibility and it being a burden, because when it becomes a burden, it helps no one.
And especially if you can have it like spelled out clearly, not like this one of like every time she's just like, oh, pay for this, pay for this. If you're still if you're still there, you can agree, okay, mom, me, I'm going to pay for internet and this and this. These are the other things that you're paying for, whatever. So you agree. So it's not just like
or a certain
arbitrary
amount,
or a certain amount that you're giving exactly per month or something. And you can even say it's subject to what I'm able to make in my business in the month or something like that. But this just arbitrary, just like random, then obviously you're going to end up feeling like, guy, why is it exactly never ending? But all the best. Please let us know what ends up happening. We would love to know if we have helped you. And if you have any other advice for her, please leave it below in the comments if you're watching on YouTube, or DM us on Instagram, TMI Podcast KE. We would love to hear from you. We would love to hear from you.
It's really difficult navigating around humans that you are obligated to love and be around, but they're still human, which is your family. So it's okay that it's difficult sometimes. It's okay that you guys go through changes sometimes, and eventually you're going to find a space where you're going to evolve, hopefully in a more positive way. And we hope that's what happens for you, honestly. Thank you so much, guys, for always trusting us.
Guys, we appreciate it. If you have any issues, you can DM us, or as most people do, DM TMI, DM Lydia, DM Murugi.
And whoever
one of us will respond. And by the way, when we respond with voice notes, I love those messages when I respond with the voice note. I feel like
it's like a lot. I'll just be like
respond. Done. Some of them are easy. Leave that man. Leave him. That's it. Done. 10-second voice note. But anyway, please DM us, guys. We love hearing from you, because we're always talking so much. Sometimes it's nice when you're also talking to us. It feels really good, guys. And don't leave this video. If you're watching on YouTube, please don't leave here without subscribing, guys. Please come on. Please subscribe. We would actually really appreciate your support. And that brings us to the end of episode 51. We're on the second half of 100. It's like we're like past the 50th percentile.
Look at us.
Crazy.
And our first year anniversary is the 7th of July. Crazy.
By the time they are watching this, it could be, won't it be?
It will be.
This is the one.
This is our anniversary episode. Let's confirm, because sometimes
before we get so excited. I think it might be 30th and 7th. This is the 7th. Wait, today's Thursday.
Is the 7th.
No, yesterday was the 7th. No,
tomorrow is the 7th. Tomorrow is the 7th. It's our 1 year birthday.
We'll probably have an IG live on that day.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's promise things again.
Let's
things
promise.
That we're not sure.
We're going to do something huge.
Massive.
We're going to do something big.
The night
then,
of.
So now,
So
where's
now,
the
babe,
big?
where's the
It's
big?
just your wig, which is big. Nothing else. Nothing else here, please.
But yeah,
Anyway,
a year.
we love you guys.
you, babe.
I know.
Love
Lucky
you,
tumepitia, but here we are. Hey. Yeah, anyway, we love you guys so much for being here. Thank you for growing with us. Thank you for supporting our content. Thank you for enjoying our content
Yeah.
and just being part of our family. We love you. We love you guys so much. See you in the next episode.